Let me blow your mind real quick and in the process turn you into a better creative. In your daily life and in every single conversation, there is a hidden layer that everyone knows is there, but few people can actually articulate. Every exchange that you have, and I mean every single exchange, is a status exchange. What does that actually mean? I just finished a book called Impro, Improvisation and Theater by Keith Johnstone, where he divorces status from rank. Basically, what he says is that status is not something you are, but it is something that you act. For example, a king can play low status and a Karen can play high status. Johnston calls it the status seesaw or the seesaw effect. When my status goes up, your status goes down. For example, someone might say, "Oh, I just read this book. It's absolutely incredible." Your response might be, "Oh, I love that book. I've read it many times." Without you thinking about it, you have played a high status position on him without knowing it, because you beat that person to reading the book that they were trying to share with you. As it turns out, both high and low status are actually defensive positions. A high status player typically says, "Back off, I bite." And a low status player typically backs off and says, "Don't worry about me. I'm not a threat, I'm not gonna do anything." Whichever one that you use is probably something that you learned to develop as a kid. It's the one thing that kept you the most safe in the environment that you were raised in. Now that the explaining's done, let's get to the point that'll help you become a better creative. There's a direct through line from status to creativity. Play low status and you typically accept incoming ideas. Play high status and you typically block them. It's a reflex of control, and you can't control ideas that aren't yours, so you default to shutting them down. How often haven't you seen a great idea killed by the most loud and confident person in the room? And this doesn't just happen in a room full of other people. You're also doing it to yourself. You play high status on your own ideas just by forcing yourself to be more original. This stops your subconscious from breathing and you never get to a good creative flow state. The lesson that you can learn from this is that you need to hold high status for your own ideas, but then the second that someone comes in with their ideas, you need to learn how to play low status. It only happens if you're mindful, and if you want to know more on this, I highly recommend you actually buying the book. There's a lot more in it than just this section on status, and I will share more with you in the future.